Hi guys, this is Allison Pryor. Today I'm going to teach you how to paint a puffin. I've got a request to paint puffin, so I will do a nice big puffin. So what I did was I just did my background in a bluish color. You can add a few little bits of red to give it a nice little bit of purple shadows up here. We'll probably make it a sky. And so just get your background painted on first. It's 11 by 14 canvas panel. And that's that part. And then what you can do is take a picture of a puffin and you can draw it out first on a piece of paper. So when you get it drawn out on a piece of paper, then all you have to do is put it up here on your canvas, and you're going to tape it on so it doesn't move, and you're going to put the puffin wherever you want it. So just take it and tape it on there. High up here a little bit, center it, and get it on there. Now all you have to do now is take some carbon paper so you can trace your drawing. So all you have to do then is put your carbon paper underneath your puffin. And when you do that, then you get a pen and you trace out your drawing on your canvas. So all you have to do then is take your puffin and go over the lines that you drew, and then when you get that done, then we can start painting it. So you just want to get the outline first. Just go down over the lines. Good. That's the tail. And then you just go over the beak. So go over all your lines after you get it drawn out. And that way, when you paint it, you don't have to worry about the shapes and getting them wrong. You already got them drawn out for you. And just keep drawing over your lines like that. And that way it will make it so much easier for you to start painting. Good. Now you can lift it up and just check it, make sure it's coming out okay. See? So then, because then you can look at, make sure that you didn't leave anything out also. Don't worry about the lines, you can paint over those. Just try to get your drawing as good as you can. So you just get a picture of a puffin. You should be able to get them online free, and then you can print it off to the size that you want your puffin, and then you draw it out freehand or trace it out to print it off, and then you can just put it on your paper and draw it out on your canvas. Now some of my lines might be a little crooked because I'm standing up, and we can straighten all that out when we do the painting itself. Let's see if I get everything okay. So there's your puffin. So now when you're happy with that, you're happy with your drawing, then you can take that off. And there you go, and then you're ready to paint. Now, all you want to do is get it started. So we'll just put our basic colors on. So why don't we just take some black, and then we'll paint some black. There we go. Just take a flat brush, and it can be sable or synthetic or even a bristle, as long as it's a brush that's not too big for your area. And then just take your black paint and put it on this part of your puffin, just to figure out where everything is going first and get the shape. There we go. So then you just fill it all in. Fill it all in the best way you can. Make it very simple for you. So I'm just putting black paint on the back. You put them on first, the basic colors, and then you can put all the details on top of that. Alright, so we're going to get the back wing done. Puffins are really nice birds. They have webbed feet so they can swim underwater. Newfoundland has a lot of puffins. So just get your black on first. When you get all that on, then you can start adding some details. And I'll be showing you that step by step. So I'm just getting the line here straight as I can. See how you're going over your lines that you've drawn on, so you don't have to worry about seeing those lines. Good. Let's just get that wing on there. Now, we'll see where else we have to put some black. There's a bit of black up on the top of the head here. Go. I'm just trying to find the spots where the black is. And if you have to make adjustments after, you can do that. Don't worry about that right now. Just get your shapes on there. Go right down to the back. There we go. So now you have that much done. Now you're going to change to a smaller brush. And that way then you may want to come down here into this shape here. When you get to those lines, just pull out on those lines so they're not quite straight, because that's where the feathers are going to be meeting up with the other colors of the puffin. There we go, just fill it in with paint. So now you just have the basic shape of the puffin. So now you want to get a smaller brush so that you can paint in some black into the eye. So you're going to need an even smaller brush. Now, get this over here so I'm looking on from the camera. So I'm just going to use a small brush like this, a little tiny one. It's angular and it's flat, and you can use a round if you like. I'm just going to paint in the eye in the center here, just that little round circle. There we go. That's it. That quick. And where else do we need some black? Maybe a little bit in here just to get some of that shape going on there. So do all your dark colors first. All your black anyway. And get that in there best you can. If you go outside the lines or you make it crooked or anything like that, that can all be fixed after. Don't worry about it too much right now. Just get the shape as best you can. Good. So I'm just leaving a little opening there so I'll know where the other color goes. So that's the black. Now, the next thing is some white. But you don't want, when we do the white, for the underpainting for the belly, you want to have some color in with your white so that you can create shadows. So what we can put there is probably a little bit of black or blue, maybe a little bit of blue might be nice. Yeah, so that we can have a nice underpainting for our, it could be gray, it could be blue, it could be grayish blue, it can be purple, any color that's darker than the white so that it's going to create shadows. So let's get some white. Just got some white here. And I might add a little tiny bit of black, gray it up a bit, and a little bit of blue. Alright, so it might be a little bit too bright. Now you can also add brown, so I can teach you a little bit about color mixing. You can add a bit of brown to your blue, and that will give it a nice grayish undertone. So I'll just add a little bit of brown. There we go. Let's see how that works out. So a little bit of burnt umber, or burnt sienna, whatever. And that grays it up a little bit. There we go. So a little bit of blue, a little bit of brown, and white. Brighten it up. And get a grayish kind of undertone. That's too brown, and you put in a little bit more blue. I'm just showing you how you can mix your gray. And some white. Now take that and put it on here. If it's too dark against the background, just lighten it up with a bit more white. But you still need to have an underpainting. So that's not bad. So we'll just fill in the belly. There we go. Now, go up against that line. Fill in the belly. Darken your underpainting if you need to, if it's too late. I'm just mixing up some color, brown and blue. Like I said, you can make black and white and a little bit of gray if you rather, but just to get used to mixing your colors to make your own grays. Just show you how to do that. There we go. And get as steady as you can for now. And down underneath here. Under here. Next to the black. Just take it and go underneath the black. That's the wing underneath the black there. Good. Just bring that out to meet the other wing, the other part. And now you want to put some on the face. So put some white, the same underpainting on the face. There we go. Just get that on there. There's a little circle there. You can leave that out so that we can put the color in that we need there. Just paint over the face. Good. And around that black. Around the eye. There's a couple of lines there that you might want to skip over a little bit just so we know where everything goes. Good. So that's just getting everything in place first. Try to get your shape so you know where everything goes. There we go. Good. Now, the next thing you want to do is, let's just get a little bit of orange color. Some red first, a bit of red. Alright, let's put a bit of red on our palette. I'll just get a small brush, just a small brush, tiny brush, so that you don't, it'll be a lot easier. So I'm just going to put a bit of red and a little bit of yellow in it, just to brighten it up a bit. And I'm going to paint this beak here. A bit of red. Just fill that in right here. And we're only doing the underpainting, so don't worry too much about colors as long as it's close to what we're going to be doing. I'm putting on more red than I am the orangey color, so I'm not adding as much yellow to it. Good. Okay. So we'll just fill that in. And you got that much done. Just fill it in there. We got to make adjustments and everything yet, so don't worry too much. It's going to look funny right now, but you need to get something started. Put a bit of red on the feet. We're going to be putting some grass up over the feet also, so that you won't have to worry too much about having the feet too perfect. Let's just get the colors on there. There we go. And the one in the back, add a little bit of yellow to it just so we can separate that a little bit. Okay. Good. So we'll just put that in there like that. We'll separate those after. Right now I just want to, oops, I got a bit of red paint on there. That's okay. I'm not going to worry too much about it. It kind of looks funny now, but you got to get it started and you got to get the colors on there. So you paint your puffin and then we'll do some detail work.